Hello again, it's me, Stormy, and we're playing a game. I have to stop making really shitty songs for these openings. It's fun though. I'm having a good time, except for being scared. But that's okay. I mean, hopefully you're having a fun time watching. Hopefully. So we're playing The Letter, like I mentioned in my dumb song. It's scary, but not yet, hopefully. I want to be chill for a little while longer. Okay. When they're whispering amongst themselves, or going ooh and ah over one thing or another, they'd ask questions. She's referring to the clients. From how the restoration process went to the history of this place, I answer them all. More than happy. I can't talk. To talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend. Listen, you should really warn these people about the fact that there is, like, something walking around here that scared the ever-living crap out of me. Okay, not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxborn knows about it.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty.
Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope.
The stained glass window?
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
By the time I've stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything. Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
Like the ghost or demon or whatever that was. The rest of the conversations gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, 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 let these guys be the one. Eventually our group reaches the kitchen. Oh, that's pretty. I will say the backgrounds in this game are very nice. I like them a lot. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put into retaining the room's classical appeal. The open hearth at the end of the room in particular looks amazing, like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks, and how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable, at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
It's a dead body.
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
Why are you so aggressive? Sir, I would love nothing more than to give you just a fresh glass of wine. Would you follow me into the cellar, please? You can have all the wine you want there. This is the first time the guy in gray... Is that gray? It looks blue. I guess it could be like a cold gray, because those tend to be more bluish in hue. Mr. Luke Wright. Like, look right? Look right, okay. My memory supplies from the forms that they signed earlier. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in this place. What can I say? He's a fan of Edgar Allan Poe. But this time, something lights up in his eyes at the mention of the Undercroft. Wait, did Edgar Allan Poe write Cask of is it Amontillado? Did he write that one? Did I get it wrong? What's so interesting about the basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. Same. Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who has seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. Yeah, so like most rich people. I've always found it cuter whenever I see children act this way. My younger siblings especially. On a grown man? It's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Please, let me show you. Let me show you some of these.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room.
And of course, when the walls is broken down, you know, it's for more space, of course. There's a bunch of wine in there, and I would love for you to just walk in there and check it out, buddy.
It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
And this isn't big enough.
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I don't like how his name is Wright. Only Phoenix Wright's name can be Wright, because he's cool. I don't trust this rich guy, this rich bastard. I smile to myself. His wife seems cool, though. I mean, she's still rich, so that's kind of a downer, but, like, she seems nice. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, same. But I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score. I can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room in the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Funny, the first time BRC had to survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now I can't even bring myself to carry no matter how much my feet hurt. Listen, if you walk too much, your feet are gonna start looking like that ghost. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale. Hello? Hello? Oh, I don't like that. Also, no. Please, God, no, don't do it again. I noticed that the couple looks like the couple in the painting and on the stained glass window. Just a thought. Please stop whispering in my ear, sir. I'm uncomfortable. Odd feeling washes over me. It starts off as small goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently. For the record, if I go muffled, I do have my robe that I'm cuddling still. I'm waiting to scream into it. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision. Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting a break anyway. If I can just... Please don't. Please don't!
Excuse me? Everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor.
Leave the room. The parlor is the scariest part so far. Not the scariest part, the attic is the scariest room. But, like, if you're finally starting to be like, oh shit, the ghost, leave the room where the ghost is.
In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we've prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
I let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I've probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. I'm left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer. No, until a hand taps my shoulder.
Hello, you there?
Okay, cool. Hey, girl.
Yes, ma'am?
Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right?
Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Please, just Hannah. Call me Hannah.
Love this girl. Love her. You're great. Ooh, oh my god. Okay.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Wait, ma'am, you see, but we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops me... Excuse me. She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she's tasted a particularly sour lemon. Girl, please don't. I thought you were nice.
Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem. And, just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who will probably just fill it up with cats.
Cats deserve a better home. I'll be real.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, Ma'am Hana. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? Yeah! Cats are the best! More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already?
Well, I'm more of a dog person.
I mean, that's fair, but I love cats. As you could tell by my intro animation, and also my icon. You guys haven't met my cat yet, Beps. She'll be around, probably.
But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon. And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us. Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork.
We actually have a process for this, ma'am. I don't really think that would be necessary or appropriate.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves. What would the people think, darling?
What, she can't spend a couple seconds away from you? Hello?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss McCullough, who only gives me an apologetic smile and shrug.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
She wastes no time taking the papers from my hand and shuffles around the bunch. Oh man, Rose is gonna be so angry for me letting her do that.
Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes?
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel.
Isabella.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
Okay, I don't like you anymore, dude. Come on. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you can be an asshole.
It's Isabella.
Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too, and what's this?
Oh my god! She's gonna see the letter, isn't she? Ooh, no! A look of confusion. I will say, this is pretty. The art style for this part, very nice. And terrifying when it wants to be. A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, he merely shrugs in reply.
That's, an interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though. I'm sorry.
Darling, Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with, what do they call this? Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled. But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, Mom.
She's so pretty there! Oh my god, she's so pretty!
Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your tastes. Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
Is it the help me thing? Cause it's my turn to be puzzled. What do they mean? Rose and I double-checked everything. Are the papers I handed not enough? I want to ask what I did wrong. I don't want to mess this up. But with the way... I'm just gonna say Hannah. With the way Hannah is leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I do interrupt
That's
her.
good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look when she's done with it.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
A smile is back on her face when she turns to me and hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression. Anyway, as I was saying,
I don't hear the rest of what she says after that. I only stared at the paper, at the letter in my hands. Please stop breathing in my ear. The sides crinkle in my grip, and my breathing grows labored. Dread quickly fills my mind.
Isabella? Isabella? Are you alright? You're looking pale.
I didn't even notice when Rose's group joined us in the parlor. I want nothing more than to say, no, I'm not alright. I want to leave this place, because I remember everything as clear as day. Don't show a picture. This letter and that woman in the attic, it's real.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Careless. I've been so careless. How do I even tell them without looking like I've gone mad? Can I save my game here? Cool. I'm gonna show her. I need somebody else here with me. Like I don't like doing horror games alone, and I appreciate a cast of characters who are also just as terrified. I blurted out before I can even think twice about what I'm going to say.
Rose, we need to get out of here. This place is cursed.
Rose cast a nervous glance at the people in the room. Be quiet, Isabella. Come on. Most are still engaged in a conversation with their peers, but those curious enough to turn their heads in the group's direction have given their trademark saleswoman smile. Have been given. I tight expressions on her face when she pulls me aside.
Isabella, we've already had a conversation about this weeks ago. Those are just stories.
And I'm telling you that it's not. I saw something in there. It's not human at all. I thought it was just nothing, but isn't this letter proof enough?
She gently reaches out and plucks the paper from my hand. Without even taking a glance at it, she folds it back neatly.
Look, I'm really getting worried about you. I know you want to see this open house through, but your condition is more important.
Look at the letter.
Give me a few minutes to wrap things up here, and I'll drive you to the nearest hospital.
No! You don't understand! There isn't a condition, Rose. No concussion at all. I'm fine. But this place isn't, and you're being stubborn about it.
Before I don't like that slide. Before Rose can open her mouth for a retort, a hand lands on both of our shoulders, pulling us a distance closer.
Now, ladies, what seems to be the problem here?
I did not give you permission to touch me, sir.
Nothing, sir. I just had to clarify a few things with my colleague.
Well, it certainly seems intense. A smile fits the two of you better, in my opinion.
Shut the fuck up. Don't you fucking say that to me, you gross piece of shit.
Especially darling little Lily here.
I'll kill you. He gives my shoulder a gentle squeeze while an inscrutable smile spreads across his face. I actually feel disgusted.
It's Isabella, sir.
Like a chill went down my spine. I do not like that.
Of course. But my point still stands. And with two beautiful ladies here, I'm sure.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
Thank you. God, thank you, Hannah. I don't super like you anymore, but thank you so much. The pressure on my shoulder lifts as soon as the words leave his wife's lips, while the scowl on her face is a splash of cold water on me. It's almost impossible to miss the displeased frown from Miss McCullough's face. The realization that we might lose the sale because of my outburst instantly dawns on me. Rose will be beyond pissed.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. It doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. I've caused trouble for Rose. I've caused trouble, and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like that. I'm almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait!
The apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face, because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler. Eyes softer, a fond smile spreading across her lips.
Hey, I'm not angry.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into any problems before. If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day. And look.
She hesitates, completely trailing off before shifting her gaze down to her hands, a small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. It's that stupid letter again. My hands stiffen as she gives it back, but I take it nevertheless, more as an automatic response than any desire to have it back. I'll throw it away if I can. But I have this nagging feeling that one way or another, it'll find its way back to me regardless of what I do about it.
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I know you want us to get this sale so badly. And we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this. I mean, who wouldn't? This is the first time I've been assigned to a property like this. I've sold plenty of houses before, but nothing like what we have here. It's a beautiful house. I'd love to get one of my own if I ever win the lottery.
Rose, you can't.
But I think... Look, here's the thing, Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something, I don't know, this big, I need you in top shape. And the way you are now...
Listen, Rose, there is something in this house. My mind stops.
What? Wait. No, I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
That's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel. But after this, I really think you should take a break.
Did I do the... did I pick the wrong option? Should I have hit it? I just wanted a friend to suffer with me.
You're kicking me out?
No, I'm not. Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere I can see you, and let me handle this for now. You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time not worrying when you'll fall over or not. The day's not even over, and I'm already feeling the stress. Please, humor me just this once.
She clasps her hand together in front of her, eyes pleading for understanding. And I do understand, to some extent. That doesn't mean I'll feel any less awful. Whether at myself, at the unlucky turn of the situation has taken, or for her, I don't really know.
I promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
Fine. Okay. I'll step aside for now.
You're upset.
A little, yeah, obviously.
If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is.
Please don't. I don't want a repeat of the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
At the memory, we burst into helpless giggles, earning us strange looks from the guests milling about the door. Talking and laughing like this, it's easy to forget about mishaps that happened. Little things you learn to appreciate, I guess.
So, are we good?
I'm still not okay with it, but Rose has a point. It's better for me to step out of this one for now.
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this. Maybe I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
Please, just stay put. I insist.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
Is that a thing? Is that a term? Because that says invalid. Girl, you're the most valid one
You
here.
clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
It's not that bad.
Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay here,
No.
all right? Don't even think of going anywhere.
Please, God. Please, God,
Let me
don't do
finish
this.
what I'm doing here, and then I'll take you back to Luxembourg myself to have that minor bump checked. At least wait for me to call someone who will fetch you, okay?
She's gone before I can voice a word of complaint. Left with nothing else to do, I find myself driven back to the foyer. A few visitors linger in the area, some merely enjoying the afternoon sunlight streaming through the stained glass window. Others can be seen admiring the priceless antiques decorating the room. One group of elderlies gathered some ways across from me is occupied in a friendly banter about which one would cost more to buy. A little argument here, an occasional laughter and teasing there. I smile to myself. The conversation reminds me of what I've been missing these past few months. Rose is probably right. I do need a break. A lifetime break, like I said. Girl, you should leave this job and also this mansion, please. Maybe this afternoon's hangout will help. Speaking of which, yes, call Ash! Call him! Yes! It's a few hours early from what I've told him, but he did ask for a call once I'm done. Yes, call the hottie. Besides, I don't have a ride back. Ooh. A wink wink. He offered, so I might as well take it. Or bribe him into giving me one. Not that he'll ever accept the latter, personal convictions and all. Honestly, if there's something I admire in him, despite his tendency to annoy the hell out of me, it's that. Well, whatever way works. A free ride is a free ride. There's Rose's offer too, but despite what she says, I know she'll be busy for the rest of the afternoon, especially without me assisting. Bothering her for a favor as small as this is the last thing I want to do right now. A couple of minutes and a few prayers asking for a decent signal later, the call finally connects in.
Shit!
I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out. Can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude. Pretty fly for an Asian guy. Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out. Can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude. Pretty fly for an Asian guy.
What the f-
Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe
What is this?
Baggers, watch out. Can't
What?
beat me.
Shit, how loud is this thing even?
Better not lie. I'm a cool
Ash!
dude.
Oh, please, are you a SoundCloud rapper?
Sup, I'm
A
Ash from
please
Deluxe
stop.
City.
A sharp
Watch out.
ringing fills the entire hall, disrupting the pleasant quiet that has settled.
Cool dude.
Soon enough, heads begin to turn in search of the source, mine included. My eyes dart around the small crowd before zeroing in on a lone figure crouched behind the same group of old people. Is he here? He is facing away from me, fumbling with something in his hands. But I don't need to see his face. Ash is here!
Watch out. Can't beat me.
Without bothering to end the call, I march towards him. But after what happened today, I'm really not in the mood to deal with this.
Of all the times to.
Why don't you look as hot as your picture? God damn it!
Beat me.
Of all times.
Ashton Frey!
God, why does... Shit, he doesn't look as hot now. God damn. Can I just take the picture from his phone and just cover his face? He's pretty, though. What happens next is something I'll surely regret for having not recorded. Maybe I should... You know what? I'll leave it off. I'll leave it off here. We'll see what happens next time. A good cliffhanger is seeing what Ash does. That works. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And maybe stick around for the rest of the series to see me absolutely shit myself in fear.